Yeah, Charlotte actually at the center of a lot of that 2020 change, that lost Republican National Convention, for instance, right here at the Spectrum Center. Also early voting here at Spectrum and at the football stadium. We've never done that before. North Carolina actually the first state where you could get a ballot to mail in your vote in this presidential election, and the last major election before all this change started happening, yep, that was here too. On Super Tuesday, before COVID, you don't see any social distancing, no voters wearing masks.
Hi there. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
Just Republicans like LaDonna Riggs, an RNC delegate from South Carolina, looking forward then to 4 days on the convention floor here in Charlotte.
I went in 2008, 2012, and 2016. You're hollering the whole time that you're on the floor. People are shouting, they're enjoying each other. The culmination of the balloons coming down is really cool. I don't care, where it is, you're going to enjoy that part of it.
Thank you so much.
Meanwhile, Democrats lining up to vote in their presidential primary wonder what else the RNC might bring.
And that concerns me. I certainly don't want to see it create violence. I don't want to see it create a lot of strife between our citizens. We could hear the Trump rally from our back deck last night.
I'm thrilled to be back in the great city of Charlotte, where, by the way, we're having our convention. I guess you heard that, right?
Yep, the president talked about Charlotte's RNC the night before Super Tuesday, while Charlotte hotel managers talked about those thousands of convention visitors spending millions of convention dollars.
The hotel was sold out for more than a week, for the convention, and people coming in from all over. We were going to be smack dab in the middle of the security perimeter.
Instead, Charlotte and its long-awaited RNC wound up smack dab in the middle of coronavirus. The president still came. That's his motorcade arriving at the convention center.
North Carolina, we love you. That's why I'm here. Thank you very much. Very special people. Thank you. God bless you all. Thank you.
There were a few hundred delegates here in Charlotte, too, but just for the day, not for a whole week.
You all have a great day.
And Delegate LaDonna Riggs was back home in South Carolina on Convention Day, like most Charlotte RNC delegates on the outside, looking in. So were all those Charlotte RNC hotels on the now empty streets near the now empty Spectrum Center, where the RNC was supposed to be, no longer inside that tight security perimeter. Not sold out anymore either.
It seems so far away, it's about 6 blocks from here.
It's in the fields of Carolina, beside the long tobacco road.
6 blocks in the other direction? Well, the convention protesters still show up here at Marshall Park. Protesters on both sides, at times face to face. Definitely no social distancing here, lots of political distance.
Let me talk about Trump and his associates, because this election is a serious election. This election is about saving our democracy. But more importantly, it's about having the opportunity to finally hold this man accountable.
You invite our losers and heading for hell.
Political conventions aren't going to generate a lot of new votes for a candidate or for a political party.
Aaron Houck is a political scientist here at Queen's University, more interested this election in the effects of COVID on how we vote and when we vote.
There's never been an election with this much voting happening this early. North Carolina was the first state in the country to start accepting mail-in ballots. I suspect the vast majority of voters who voted early were not persuadable in the last month of the election. They made the choice to mail in a ballot because they were sure of how they were going to vote and nothing was going to sway them.
Houck says that's how it is with mail-in ballots in most elections, but since 2020 isn't like most elections, it could impact what future elections look like. Long lines at the polls, for instance.
I think in this election year, because of the pandemic, more people were willing to request an absentee ballot, and the experience will breed some familiarity with the system, and that with that familiarity may come greater comfort to do it in the future.
Houck thinks another difference in this election to watch in the future is the effect of big versus small. For example, big traditional campaign rallies.
I'd rather be shaking your hand and looking in the eye and you telling me what needs to be done.
Versus these smaller events with fewer supporters farther away because of coronavirus. Also, big advertising campaigns with all those candidate commercials on TV versus smaller social media campaigns with political messages just for you on your smartphone.
I think we see political ads because candidates are terrified of what might happen if they're the one not to run ads. With very close elections, every little bit helps, and you want every advantage you can get.
Dr. Houck adds that the 2020 election also likely shows us how local candidates running for local elections often get lost in the shuffle of those big races at the top of the ticket, especially when so many voters cast their ballots so early. They're focused on their candidate for president or U.S. senator or governor, and often simply just choose the candidates in the lower elections based on the same political party, either Republican or Democrat.